Hello everyone, welcome back to the YouTube class. In the previous part, we studied about the theory of chemical evolution and the experimental proof given by the American scientist S.L. Miller. In the year 1953, S.L. Miller, he recreated the olden atmosphere as like that of the early stages of the earth, so that it is possible for us to convey as the formation of life begins from the chemicals in its atomic level. These atoms, during at the beginning stages of the earth, there was a high temperature, and high temperature results in the combination of these atoms. Atoms probably they combine to form the first living cells over 3000 million years ago, micromolecules, and such micromolecules combine to form the macromolecules. Such macromolecules results in the combination of the first living cell ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಓವರ್ 2000 million years ago. Perhaps these metabolic capsules which are present in 3000 years ago, they reproduce their own content, they reproduce their own cellular molecules, so that after these macromolecules like polysaccharides, micromolecules like monosaccharides, sugars and all, these polysaccharides, aldehydes, the DNA contents, RNA, purines, pyrimidines, they are all the macromolecules. Probably these macromolecules they combine themselves. Macromolecules plus macromolecules results in the combination of the formation of the first cellular structure. These are all the acellular structure. The first cellular structure over 2000 million years ago, they are the first cell. And we know that the aggregation of cell results in the formation of tissues. Started the evolution of tissues. Tissues results in the formation of organs. Organs finally aggregated to form organ system. Organ system present in an organism. Such organisms nowadays they are in a population. They are in a population. Their population continues as a community. Community combines to present in an ecosystem. This ecosystem probably results in the biosphere. Clear? Started from the very basic level, atomic level, to the micromolecules, simple sugar, monosaccharides, sugar and all. Macromolecules they combine to form the first cellular form. They are the single cells. These single cells they are definitely unicellular, and these unicellular form, it is believed that they should be present in water medium, because when you look into the early stages of the life, water is the only medium which covered the entire biosphere, and such organs aggregated to form the organ system. Finally in an organism, these organisms 2 3 4 5 organisms they results in the population. 2-3 populations they aggregated in a community. Community present in the ecosystem. Nowadays we have different ecosystem. Desert ecosystem is present, and also marine ecosystem, terrestrial, grassland, oceans, lakes. Individual they are categorized as a particular ecosystem, and such ecosystem present in the whole biosphere, which is continue as a universe. Alva idine ನಾವು probably expect ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. This is the story of evolution of life. Up to organisms started from atomic level, they are called lower level of organization, and here from universe to the population it is called as higher level of organization. Hope you are following this. Higher level of organization. Clear? So this is the regarding the chemical theory and the formation of universe from the atomic level to the highest evolved organisms on the biosphere. Clear? We will move towards the evolution of life form from a theory. According to the conventional religious literatures, there is a theory called the theory of special creation. We have studied about the theory of different abiogenesis. In that we have also looked over the religious aspects. So these theory of special creations, it has its own connotations, it has its own proposals, it has its own postulates. ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಕರಿಬಹುದು. Among them the theory of special creation, SP, special creation. The three important connotations are its main proposals. They are the formation of life. Hege aitu anta. Of course, it is from supernatural powers, special creators. God is a special creator. All organisms are created as such. Iva hegidu hage create agide, and the life forms, they were there, they was there, and there will be there of course they will be there in the future ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಈ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಅಂಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಅರ್ತ್ ಈಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಓವರ್ ಒಂದು 4000 ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅರ್ಥನ ಒಂದು ಏಜ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಈ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ರೈಟ್ ದಿ ಕನೋಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್. All organisms were created as such. ಹೇಗಿದೆಯೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾನೋಟೇಷನ್. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಾನೋಟೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ. ದ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದೇರ್, ಹಿಂದೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇತ್ತು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ in future, and of course it is there. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಟಿ, ಇಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇತ್ತು, ಇವಾಗಲೂ ಇದೆ, ಮುಂದೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಅಂಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಏಜ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಅರ್ತ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 4000 years ಓಲ್ಡ್. ತುಂಬ ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ್ಗೆ ಏಜ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಯಂಗ್. ಅರ್ತ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 4000 year ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಈ ಥಿಯರಿ ನಮಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೀಸ್ ಕನೋಟೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ವರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ಲಿ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಡ್ಯೂರಿಂಗ್ 19th century, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸೈಂಟಿಸ್ಟ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ disproving this theory of special creation. Among them, the famous scientist was our Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin, the work of Charles Darwin, how he started his journey, and we all know that based on his sea voyages in a sail ship, and the name of the ship is called HMS Beagle. Name of this ship is very important. In this HMS Beagle, he started his journey, journey over 5 years, and the year is very important. 5 years, probably from 1831 ಇಂದ 1836 ತನಕ 5 years ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಜರ್ನಿನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. he started from December 27 of 1831 and his end his journey of voyages in the ocean with his ship almost October 2nd of 1836. October 2nd of 1836 for 5 years. Here it is very important to note that the complete journey is Darwin. They have enlightened the era of 19th century, beginning of 19th century. Darwin, based on his journey in the sea voyage in the ship called HMS Beagle, he has given coming to many conclusions, and the conclusions are like regarding the organisms, they resemble themselves and also their ancestors, and many of the ancestors they are present at a different geological era, and many of such life forms they do not exist anymore. Along with that there had been a mass extinction. In that extinction ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. So in the same way many organisms, ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಫೈನಲಿ the organisms they started their evolution. ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು, ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ಗಳು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಸ್ನ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ರೈಟ್ ದಸ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್. ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ರಿಸೆಂಬಲ್ಸ್ themselves and also their ancestors. Then the second conclusion is many ancestors they are present in, many ancestors were present in different geological era of life, different geological era of lifetime, and many of such life forms, they do not exist anymore. Many of such life form do not exist anymore. And the next conclusion was given by Darwin is about the extinction. There had been extinction. There had been extinction, and also new form aroses. Regarding Darwin's theory, the conclusions important for competitives. What are the conclusions? 4 conclusions ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು choose the following ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಯಾವುದೊಂದು ರಾಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟಿನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಲೈಫ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಫೈನಲಿ ದೀಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುವಲ್ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್. ದೇರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬೀನ್ gradual evolution. ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗಿರಲೇಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ he believed that every organisms they have had these variations, and such variations helps in the organism to survive in the changing environment. Due to this variation only, the organism, they are possible to present in these conditions. Clear? And nature, then it starts to the surviving of the fittest individual, and these variation help the organism to survive better in nature, including that the natural conditions, they are like the food, natural conditions, natural climate, temperature, physiological factor, ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್ನ ನಂಬಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ, he is a biologist, he is a geologist, ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ he is a important naturalist, GEO. He is a naturalist, and by the theory of Darwin, the variation helps the organism to survive in the changing environment, and such changing environment, remaining organisms, they breed more. ಯಾವುದು breed more? These organisms which are survived organisms, they breed more. As a result, such organisms, they are called as fittest. What is fittest? The individuals which are survived in the changing environment, they breed more, which are called survived one, and such individuals called as by Darwin as fittest. Clear? And hence fit ones, they have more progeny than the other ones, which is called reproductive fitness. ಯಾವುದು ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, such survived individuals, they have their reproductive fitness. Clear? And those individual reproductive fitness, they are carried into the next generation. Natural selection takes place. As a result of natural selection, accumulation of the variation begins. Next is natural selection. Natural selection leads in the accumulation of variation, and such variations, they started to the formation of next generation. Next generation ಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಗ್ರಾಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ಗಳು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಥಿಯರಿ ಆಫ್ ಡಾರ್ವಿನ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್. Conclusions: organisms, they resemble themselves and also their ancestors. As a result of their ancestors, there was these ancestors, they are present today and also in the olden days. They are present in different geological era of the time. Many of the such life forms, they do not exist anymore because there had been extinction. ಅವುಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ there had been extinction and also the formation of new organisms at the same time begins. Clear? This is about the conclusions of Charles Darwin, and he believed that in variationsಗಳು organisms ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬ್ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವ್ದು ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅವುಗಳು ಬ್ರೀಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಸರ್ವೈವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವುಗಳ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಸ್ ಅ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ರಿಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್, ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವುಗಳ ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಪೀಸೀಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Clear? This is about the idea of Charles Darwin. In the same time, we need to identify and we need to remember one more scientist who worked at the same time, and he has also given the same kind of conclusions, and the scientist was Alfred Wallace. He is working in Malaya archipelago. He had also come to the same kind of conclusions what was given by Charles Darwin, like ancestors ಗಳಿತ್ತು, pre-existing organisms, they are present at different geological duration of the earth, including that the interesting definitions which are drawn by Alfred Wallace is that yes, geological history of earth and biological history of earth were closely related. And the next important conclusion about the age of the earth. So as according to the special creations theory, earth was about 4000 year old ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಆಲ್ಫ್ರೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲೆಸ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅರ್ತ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್, ಅರ್ತ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ and it has billions of year of history, not as young as 4000 year old ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತಪ್ಪು. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ತ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಓವರ್ 4000 ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಅರ್ತ್ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಇದೇ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಫ್ರೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲೆಸ್ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನ ಕೂಡ ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತೀವಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆನ್ಸೆಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗಳಿಂದ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ಸ್ನ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ಫ್ರೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲೆಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ different theories which are helpful as a evidence for evolution ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೋಣ.